Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Make more complex, intricate, or richer. Refine a design or pattern. Reduce to a fine, unmixed, or pure state, separate from extraneous matter or cleanse from impurities. Refine sugar. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. Refine one's style of writing. Attenuate or reduce in vigor, strength, or intensity by polishing or purifying. Many valuable nutrients are refined out of the foods in our modern diet. Make more precise or increase the discriminatory powers of. Refine a method of analysis. Treat or prepare so as to put in a usable condition. Refine paper stock. Make more complex, intricate, or richer. Make more complicated. There was a new development that complicated the matter. Make more complex, intricate, or richer. Add details, as to an account or idea. Clarify the meaning of and discourse in a learned way, usually in writing. She elaborated on the main ideas in her dissertation. Marked by complexity and richness of detail. An elaborate lace pattern. Work out in detail. Elaborate a plan. Developed or executed with care and in minute detail. The elaborate register of the inhabitants prevented tax evasion. Produce from basic elements or sources, change into a more developed product. The bee elaborates honey. Make more complex, intricate, or richer. Make right or correct. Rectify the calculation. Bring, lead, or force to abandon a wrong or evil course of life, conduct, and adopt a right one. Set straight or right. Rectify the inequities in salaries. Reduce to a fine, unmixed, or pure state, separate from extraneous matter or cleanse from impurities. Convert into direct current. Rectify alternating current. Math. Determine the length of. Rectify a curve. English physician who first described Down syndrome, 1828 to 1896. Understood perfectly. Had his algebra problems down. Soft fine feathers. Extending or moving from a higher to a lower place. The down staircase. Fine soft dense hair, as the fine short hair of cattle or deer or the wool of sheep or the undercoat of certain dogs. Spatially or metaphorically from a higher to a lower level or position. Don't fall down. Lower than previously. Prices are down. Filled with melancholy and despondency. Downcast after his defeat. Eat up completely, as with great appetite. Some people can down a pound of meat in the course of one meal. Cause to come or go down. The policeman downed the heavily armed suspect. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. Drink down entirely. He downed 3 martinis before dinner. Shoot at and force to come down. American football. A complete play to advance the football. You have 4 downs to gain 10 yards. Becoming progressively lower. The downtrend in the real estate market. Being or moving lower in position or less in some value. Lay face down. Being put out by a strikeout. 2 down in the bottom of the ninth. Bring down or defeat an opponent. Not functioning, temporarily or permanently. We can't work because the computer is down. Shut. The shades were down. Usually plural, a rolling treeless highland with little soil. Away from a more central or a more northerly place. Was sent down to work at the regional office. To a lower intensity. He slowly phased down the light until the stage was completely black. Make fine adjustments or divide into marked intervals for optimal measuring. Adjust finely. Fine-tune the engine. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. Make a surface shine. Polish my shoes. Bring to a highly developed, finished, or refined state. Polish your social manners. A highly developed state of perfection, having a flawless or impeccable quality. They performed with great polish. The property of being smooth and shiny. Improve or perfect by pruning or polishing. A preparation used in polishing. The Slavic language of Poland. Of or relating to Poland or its people or culture. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. The car changed lanes. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. The discussion has changed my thinking about the issue. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. He changed his name. An event that occurs when something passes from one state or phase to another. The change was intended to increase sales. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Her mood changes in accordance with the weather. Give to, and receive from, one another. Would you change places with me? Become deeper in tone. His voice began to change when he was 12 years old. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. She changed in Chicago on her way to the East Coast. A difference that is usually pleasant. It is a refreshing change to meet a woman mechanic. A different or fresh set of clothes. She brought a change in her overnight bag. A relational difference between states, especially between states before and after some event. He attributed the change to their marriage. A thing that is different. He inspected several changes before selecting one. Change clothes. Put on different clothes. Coins of small denomination regarded collectively. He had a pocketful of change. Money received in return for its equivalent in a larger denomination or a different currency. He got change for a 20 and used it to pay the taxi driver. Remove or replace the coverings of. Father had to learn how to change the baby. The action of changing something. The change of government had no impact on the economy. The balance of money received when the amount you tender is greater than the amount due. I paid with a 20 and pocketed the change. The result of alteration or modification. There were marked changes in the lining of the lungs. Undergo a change. become different in essence, losing one's or its original nature. She changed completely as she grew older. Insert words into texts, often falsifying it thereby. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. The advent of the automobile may have altered the growth pattern of the city. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Remove the ovaries of. Make an alteration to. This dress needs to be altered. Cause to change, make different, cause a transformation. Add a modifier to a constituent. Make less severe or harsh or extreme. Please modify this letter to make it more polite. Remove impurities from, increase the concentration of, and separate through the process of distillation. Purify the water. Make pure or free from sin or guilt. Become clean or pure or free of guilt and sin. The hippies came to the ashram in order to purify. Remove impurities from, increase the concentration of, and separate through the process of distillation. Remove impurities from, increase the concentration of, and separate through the process of distillation. Change or cause to change directly from a solid into a vapor without first melting. Vaporize and then condense right back again. Make more subtle or refined. Direct energy or urges into useful activities. Made pure. The product of vaporization of a solid. Remove impurities from, increase the concentration of, and separate through the process of distillation. Undergo the process of distillation. Give off, a liquid. The doctor distilled a few drops of disinfectant onto the wound. Extract by the process of distillation. Distill the essence of this compound. Undergo condensation. Change from a gaseous to a liquid state and fall in drops. The acid distills at a specific temperature. Set straight or right. To make better. Make amendments to. Amend the document. Comparative and superlative of well, wiser or more advantageous and hence advisable. It would be better to speak to him. From a position of superiority or authority. I know better. Surpass in excellence. She bettered her own record. Get better. Someone who bets. To make better. A superior person having claim to precedence. The common man has been kept in his place by his betters. Comparative of good, changed for the better in health or fitness. Her health is better now. Comparative of good, superior to another, of the same class or set or kind, in excellence or quality or desirability or suitability, more highly skilled than another. You're a better man than I am, Gunja Din. More than half. Argued for the better part of an hour. Something superior in quality or condition or effect. A change for the better. The superior one of two alternatives. Chose the better of the two. Get better. The weather improved toward evening. To make better. The editor improved the manuscript with his changes. Get better. To make better. Get better. To make better. Weaken the consistency of a chemical substance. Reduced in strength. Become weaker in strength, value, or magnitude. A natural prolongation or projection from a part of an organism, either animal or plant. A bony process. A writ issued by authority of law. Usually compels the defendant's attendance in a civil suit. Failure to appear results in a default judgment against the defendant. Shape, form, or improve a material. Process iron. Deliver a warrant or summons to someone. He was processed by the sheriff. A sustained phenomenon, or one marked by gradual changes through a series of states. Events now in process. Institute legal proceedings against. File a suit against. He was warned that the district attorney would process him. March in a procession. They processed into the dining room. A particular course of action intended to achieve a result. It was a process of trial and error. Psychology. The performance of some composite cognitive activity. An operation that affects mental contents. The process of thinking. A mental process that you are not directly aware of. The process of denial. Subject to a process or treatment, with the aim of readying for some purpose, improving, or remedying a condition. Process cheese. Deal with in a routine way. Process alone. Perform mathematical and logical operations on data, according to programmed instructions in order to obtain the required information. The results of the elections were still being processed when he gave his acceptance speech. Provide with choice or abundant food or drink. Don't worry about the expensive wine, I'm treating. Provide treatment for. The doctor treated my broken leg. Something considered choice to eat. Interact in a certain way. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. The new book treats the history of China. Subject to a process or treatment, with the aim of readying for some purpose, improving, or remedying a condition. Treat the water so it can be drunk. An occurrence that causes special pleasure or delight. Engage in negotiations in order to reach an agreement. They had to treat with the king. Provide with a gift or entertainment. Grandmother always treated us to the circus. Regard or consider in a specific way. I treated his advances as a joke. Create by training and teaching. We develop the leaders for the future. Work out. We have developed a new theory of evolution. Come to have or undergo a change of physical features and attributes. The patient developed abdominal pains. Cause to grow and differentiate in ways conforming to its natural development. The perfect climate here develops the grain. Gain through experience. Children must develop a sense of right and wrong. Change the use of and make available or usable. Develop land. Come into existence. Take on form or shape. Happen. Report the news as it develops. Elaborate, as of theories and hypotheses. Could you develop the ideas in your thesis? become technologically advanced. Many countries in Asia are now developing at a very fast pace. Grow emotionally or mature. The child developed beautifully in her new kindergarten. Be gradually disclosed or unfolded, become manifest. The plot developed slowly. Elaborate by the unfolding of a musical idea and by the working out of the rhythmic and harmonic changes in the theme. Develop the melody and change the key. Expand in the form of a series. Generate gradually. We must develop more potential customers. Grow, progress, unfold, or evolve through a process of evolution, natural growth, differentiation, or a conducive environment. A flower developed on the branch. Make something new, such as a product or a mental or artistic creation. Her company developed a new kind of building material that withstands all kinds of weather. Make visible by means of chemical solutions. Please develop this roll of film for me. Move into a strategically more advantageous position. Develop the rook. Move one's pieces into strategically more advantageous positions. Spassky developed quickly. Superimpose a three-dimensional surface on a plane without stretching, in geometry. Have as a necessary feature. This decision involves many changes. Connect closely and often incriminatingly. Require as useful, just, or proper. Contain as a part. Dinner at Joe's always involves at least 6 courses. Engage as a participant. Don't involve me in your family affairs. Make complex or intricate or complicated. The situation was rather involved. Occupy or engage the interest of. His story completely involved me during the entire afternoon. Alter and make impure, as with the intention to deceive. Practice sophistry. Change the meaning of or be vague about in order to mislead or deceive. A worldly wise person. Make less natural or innocent. Their manners had sophisticated the young girls. Make more complex or refined. A sophisticated design. Teach and supervise, someone, act as a trainer or coach, too, as in sports. He is training our Olympic team. Create by training and teaching. The old master is training world-class violinists. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Develop, a child's or animal's, behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Is this dog trained? A sequentially ordered set of things or events or ideas in which each successive member is related to the preceding. Train of mourners. Wheelwork consisting of a connected set of rotating gears by which force is transmitted or motion or torque is changed. The fool got his tie caught in the gear train. Drag loosely along a surface. Allow to sweep the ground. She trained her long scarf behind her. Undergo training or instruction in preparation for a particular role, function, or profession. She is training to be a teacher. Travel by rail or train. She trained to Hamburg. Public transport provided by a line of railway cars coupled together and drawn by a locomotive. Express trains don't stop at Princeton Junction. Educate for a future role or function. They trained him to be a warrior. A procession of wagons or mules or camels, traveling together in single file. They joined the wagon train for safety. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. He trained his gun on the burglar. A series of consequences wrought by an event. It led to a train of disasters. Cause to grow in a certain way by tying and pruning it. Train the vine. Exercise in order to prepare for an event or competition. She is training for the Olympics. Piece of cloth forming the long back section of a gown that is drawn along the floor. The bride's train was carried by her 2 young nephews. Create by training and teaching. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. Give an education to. We must educate our youngsters better. Refine too much or with excess of subtlety. Refine too much or with excess of subtlety. A large group of fish. A school of small glittering fish swam by. The period of instruction in a school. The time period when school is in session. Stay after school. Teach or refine to be discriminative in taste or judgment. She is well schooled in poetry. The process of being formally educated at a school. What will you do when you finish school? A building where young people receive education. The school was built in 1932. A body of creative artists or writers or thinkers linked by a similar style or by similar teachers. The Venetian School of Painting. An educational institution. The school was founded in 1900. An educational institution's faculty and students. The school keeps parents informed. Educate in or as if in a school. The children are schooled at great cost to their parents in private institutions. Swim in or form a large group of fish. A cluster of schooling fish was attracted to the bait.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.